Hi, YouTube. So apparently lately my hair has been a popular topic amongst my friend group and church community and family, I suppose, at this point. But I wanted to do a somewhat brief overview of where my hair has been in my life, where it is up until now, and where it might be going in the future. When I was a kid, my father preferred us to have shorter hair since that was a conservative thing to be doing. I'm currently 23, so you can have an idea of where my developmental journey has been up until this point. But during the school year, we would have hair above our eyebrows, above our ears, above our collar, pretty typical conservative boy haircut. During the summertime, my dad would allow us, more so it was me, to have longer hair to as much as I could grow it out over a few months. It wasn't very long. When I got into high school, well, even before that, actually, in eighth grade, which is kind of important, my band was doing a concert for this winter, and one of the songs reminded me of monks going into battle, so I got safety scissors and chopped the top of my hair. My hair was pretty short back then. My dad had just given me a haircut, and I wanted to look like a monk. So from that point on, I ended up getting a bunch of mixed reactions, especially from my family, and I got very self conscious about my hair and my appearance from then on. And from there, I became very intentional about the way I presented my hair to the point of vanity. I would say I'm still working through some of that vanity, and that's something I'll have to continue processing. But in high school, I was experimenting with my hair, seeing what I was liking to do. I wanted to be unique, I wanted to be special, and that had a lot to do with my own personal development as to where I was putting my security and where I was putting my identity in. A lot of it is identity, I would say. So I tried out different hairstyles. I tried growing out my hair once, maybe twice, I would say. I would say more so once in senior year of high school. Two of my other friends were also growing out their hair. One of them was doing it well, the other one, very disheveled, ended up catching all three of us in trouble, so we had to cut our hair since our high school had a dress code and a hair code as well. So ended up getting my hair cut really short for the banquet and then graduated from high school. And then from then on, I kept on trying to grow out my hair. But then every year or so, I would get into a relationship and I would humor the idea with my partner about cutting my hair. And it never got below about this length. Maybe got past my chin. As you can see, it's probably shoulder length at this point. So I would always cut my hair for the sake of pleasing someone else. And not to say that there is no weight that should be held when you're in a relationship with somebody about what their preferences are, what your preferences are. Those things should be held together. But nevertheless, I was cutting my hair for the sake of someone else's opinion. And I did that about two or three different times. And every single time things went south, I would be less than pleased with that decision because it seemed like it didn't matter at that point. That whatever decision I was making to change my appearance, it wasn't actually keeping anyone around me. And that deepened the feeling of no matter what I do, nothing I can do is going to make somebody stay in my life. And that's a whole different topic for another video. But point being is that I didn't want to keep on changing myself in hopes that somebody would appreciate it enough to value me more. I wanted to be valued for me being me and not because I changed my hairstyle or I changed the clothing that I wear, whatever. So, year and a half ago or so, I had really short hair for about a year and a half. I was in a relationship and that didn't work out as things typically happen. So, I think what ended up happening was I was trying to find my own sense of identity again, and I wanted to have autonomy over my decisions. So I decided to grow out my hair again and actually commit to it this time. So, over many, many months, it's been, oh man, I'd say about a year and a half of me trying this, and here I am. I've done it. I've always had an undercut because I don't want to be coming off as someone who doesn't care about their appearance. I don't want to be coming off as sloppy. And I already understand that there are a lot of people who view long hair as a messy thing. So I grew it out long enough so I could keep it up. And even in a lot of my professional documentation, I have it cut short or I have it pulled back so that way it doesn't look messy. Now, the thing that irks me, I would say, is when people look at my hair and say, "You should cut it." And I say, "Why?" I take care of it. I get it trimmed. I wash it every 2 days like I'm supposed to. I condition it every day. I brush it every day, a few times a day. I trim my beard up. Right now I'm growing everything out so I can get a haircut soon. But I just feel a lot of these opinions are based off of these societal stereotypes and it just bothers me. It really does. Because I feel like no matter what I end up doing, people's opinions on long hair are going to remain as such, that they're associated with the negative aspects of being a hippie, the negative aspects of being a geek, the negative aspects of being a hipster. So, whether that's in a professional conversation or a intimate partner conversation, those those perspectives, those opinions remain and there's nothing that it seems like I can do about it. One of my friends, they said that they got an earring put in and in their professional setting, it's just not professional to have an earring as a man. So he ended up taking it out and he said no matter what he does and how he wears it, people are going to look at him differently. And I'm seeing that even now with myself with my hair. A year ago I got a tattoo. It means courage in Mishnach in a extinct Gaelic language called Ogam. And I intentionally had this part, the M in that language, look more like a cross to have it symbolize the courage I get from the cross of Christ, where I'm not courageous on my own without Him. And again, that's part of self expression. And I'm trying to navigate this space of what does self expression mean? What does it look like for me? And how do I go about it in a way that is Christ honoring and not vain? As I mentioned earlier, I'm still wrestling with some vanity, I would say, of what it means to be in the world and not of the world, where I care about what the world views me as, not so that I can cave to whatever they say, but so I can navigate myself in a productive manner. So, I'm navigating this space, and recently, as I've said again, people have commented on my hair and have jokingly, I would hope so lovingly, picked on me. But even more so the last few days, I have asked people specifically if they believe my long hair is keeping me from a relationship with someone else, and I would say around 10 women have said yes. Now, granted, I probably could have phrased that question better so it wasn't so pointed so that I would get the answer I probably wasn't hoping for. I could have clarified it to say, is this not helping me get into a relationship? Since I find it personally extremely superficial for somebody to write me off just because I have long hair. Now, if somebody were to get close to me, emotionally, mentally, etc., then they would have weight in my life to influence my decision, as I had mentioned previously for my other relationships. But even then, there would be an understanding established that they're not asking me to cut my hair in order for them to want to be with me. It would more so be personal preference and solely dependent on what I would prefer to do. I know there's so many mixed conversations that could be had on that topic, but overall point being, I think I'm seeing that there's nothing that I can really do, even after having a conversation with one of my friends who said, yeah, there's nothing that you can do about people's opinions and perceptions on something. You just look in the mirror and say, yep, I can see where they're coming from. I can see how having long hair would be typically viewed as being less masculine, whether or not I am extremely bold and opinionated and strong, courageous, even well to do in my career and in my community. It just doesn't matter. That's just the social perception of what long hair is. And there's nothing I can do about it unless I'm madly attractive. And no matter what hairstyle I have, people would still find me put together and attractive. So that's where I'm at. And I may or may not grow out my hair any longer than it is right now. I'm definitely going to get it trimmed because I haven't gotten that done for months because I don't trust barbers to actually listen to me, where they continuously cut the hair to the point where I can't put it up. So I've just not gone. I've just done it myself because I've gotten tired of them doing that to me when I was trying to grow it out so many times. But I'll probably cut it sooner or later. We shall see. But hopefully this has sparked some conversations. I might do some follow-up videos on this. I haven't done a YouTube video in a long time. Probably a year, actually speaking. But I'm hoping to be honest and show people this genuine heart that I have, that I'm trying not to judge people myself. I'm not trying to judge myself harshly or to manipulate different opinions to prop myself up on a little podium to make myself feel better. I'm trying to seek what truth is in this situation. And I'm trying to be somebody who would be open to constructive criticism and not be an angsty young adult who doesn't care about the world's opinions and don't judge me type conversations. I don't want that. I want to be genuine and I want to be open. But I also want people to be sensitive to my own self-expression and to just listen. I'm a counselor as my profession, and I do my best to listen to other people, and I hope that they can do the same to me and listen to me as I go along this journey. So I'll make some more follow-up videos and we'll see what other conversations can be sparked, and maybe this will just be a video documentation of where I've been and where I'm going. So this is pretty cool. Thanks for joining me on this trip.